All right, ladies and gentlemen, it has taken quite a while. Thanks for bearing with us here, but apparently there was a headset issue for one of the players. I think it was one of the one's players, if we saw that correctly. But we're back, and if my own judgment doesn't fail me, then we should probably go right into the game if production is on point here, on sync with us. Sure.
Oh, my investigative skills say you are correct because music. I am good at finding clues. We're heading in. Let's do it. Let's go. And ladies and gentlemen, spawning on the left-hand side, it is going to be the one. With Hugo on Thrall, Muggle on Hanzo, Meng on Falstad, Hehe on Garrosh, and ZJZ playing the Malfurion.
All right, and facing them for the first time here in this best of two after a little bit of a break is A-Team. With Jaina on that Junkrat, Olele on the Genji, Bruiser on that Dehaka, Stukov on the Karazim, and Kaitu on the Muradin. And looks like there's yet another PP. Pause, please.
Hopefully it is not a long-term issue. I am extending out my words, and I don't know why.
No, the good news, Tetra, I've got good news for you, okay? You ready to hear them?
Yes, please.
So the good news is the one is going to make up for all the time we lost by rushing through this game extraordinarily fast.
I hope you are correct, sir.
Wait, does that mean you don't like the A-Team? You want them to suffer?
It means I want food before Open Division is what I need. I would be totally happy with the A-Team stomping the one if that's what ends up happening.
Let's go. Let's go.
As Watchtower is acquired, and Steel Trap is placed as we are finally in. Kendrick, did you already introduce the A-Team?
Yes, that we did. And Olele is on that Genji after all, riding a fantastic mount.
Indeed he is. This is all marvelous. We are now longer in game than we have been up to this point, and that fills me with confidence. As we are seeing Hehe immediately finding Jaina stun and dead. First blood acquired by the one.
Goes down with a bang, quite literally here, blowing people to all different sides. But getting blown up nonetheless here by the one in their combined efforts. In the meantime, we see a licky sticky tongue onto Meng. Needs to be careful. That is actually where Dehaka is the scariest, right? In those bushes where you can't really be sure, like when he's going to peek out, when he's going to drop that drag. Also with the movement speed buff, of course, if the build for it was acquired, then he can be super fast when it comes to making that sudden escape or engage.
Very true. So now, Mercenary Camp being picked up by both teams. Dehaka even doing the one for the A-Team. Very interesting here, as it is Junkrat versus Falstad in the top lane. Very cool move, seeing as Dehaka would have a miserable time versus that Falstad.
That is correct. And here we see the mercenary camps clashing onto one another. Looks like Hugo is trying to actually help his buddy Muggle, who's in trouble, and was actually successfully dragged to the towers. So the A-Team, they're showing some teeth here. They're showing that they've got some life in them after all. Beautiful Pharaoh Spirit by Hugo, keeping Murden at bay. Who would have, without a doubt, tried to go for an engage there.
Let's make that a 1-1 in terms of kills here, as the A-Team, like you said, showing some teeth. We'll have to see if they're dentures, though, as the game continues on. As Bruiser Camp started for both teams. Falstad currently left unattended. Genji is going to be the one who rotates up to soak them lane, as Junkrat, using his AoE, is going to be the one to assist with this Bruiser Camp.
Yep, both teams trying to go for those Bruiser Camps, as you said, and they do so exactly before the temples are going to spawn and go live. And that, of course, is always a nice distraction. The team that is going to maintain control more over that top temple is probably going to get a fort with this if they push all the way through the mercenaries.
Falstad flies down to as close to bot lane as he can get with his not fully global fly distance.
Yeah.
Why don't they just make that fully global? Is it a balance thing?
No, it's not fully global.
No, I said, why don't they?
Oh, wait, don't they? Maybe with Epic Mount. That would actually be a nice buff to the talent. I mean,
yeah.
It doesn't even need a buff. It's still a pretty good talent, but...
Yeah, I don't think he needs a buff. I'm just wondering why they never made it originally. Like, it's a very... I guess it's like an extra couple seconds to rotations on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Meantime, we can see how quickly Hugo was actually with completing his Echo of the Elements compared to some of the other players in the league. So completing it after roughly 4 minutes feels good, man. That's for sure. Olele on the Genji goes in with an aggressive maneuver onto ZJ, but can barely not touch the Malfurion here. But it looks like Kaito is trying to finish the job. He doesn't have a Stormbolt ready, and as such, the teammates of TheOne are taking good care of their support.
Good toss by Garrosh, and down goes Muradin. Like you said, TheOne taking care of their support and taking care of business with their killing off that dwarf. As Meng, he did get hit by concussion mine, but he's fine, still soaking experience, and Groundbreaker's done with 4 minutes in.
Wow, that is basically showing you the course of this game, right? Brawling until the end of time and giving plenty of options, plenty of opportunities for Hehe to actually complete said Groundbreaker. In the meantime, Olele on that Genji is chasing down his brother. Not in real life, obviously. I don't think they're related, Muggle and Olele. But yeah, that top fort, we mentioned it. If you get your mercenaries through there, and if you maintain control over the entire top tempo, you're probably going to get a structure relatively early on. Hehe now in trouble.
Here's the Haka, needs to be careful. Once again, we see into the fray though. With that, Groundbreaker, Warbreaker talent fully stacked. They need to be careful around Hehe or it's going to give them serious problems. Guess he's already got a 3-man stun, putting Bruiser in danger. Nice juke, another stun with that Warbreaker upgraded Groundbreaker.
Oh!
Scatter arrow, and that's why you're careful. You get whittled down and then you get snipe range.
Lucky was just waiting for that one on the Hanzo. He saw the opening, he saw the gap, and timed and aimed the scatter arrow perfectly. And that last pixel Groundbreaker once again by Garrosh, making sure that Dehaka stayed slowed as well. A really good team, I think, would have actually tried to cover Dehaka on his flight a little bit with a body there. I think there were more heroes nearby. But as it is, a nice snipe by TheOne's Lucky.
That it was, but now Kaito dodging around here. Nice stun onto Garrosh, keeping himself out of danger this time, and he's going to be able to make it back to his base without getting ganked. Does get demounted though. It's going to be irritating. TheOne do the boss because, well, they can, quite frankly. They have 10. They have full boss control domination right now. With Meng with the Mighty Gust, he doesn't die here. Genji goes very, very deep gust. Oh, outplay. Get him, Mouth. Get him, Mouth. Get him, Tree. As the Tree punts out a Twilight Dream. And CJ
oh my god.
Make fools out of the A-Team. Boss is taken. They even killed Junkrat as he came for the interrupt. And that is gonna be 2 kills and a boss for TheOne. They steal the Bruiser at the Seashine camp again because they can.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you school your opponents, especially feisty Genjis who think who had that kill safe just when they dove underneath the fort. A beautiful last-second gust there into the wide-open arms of Malfurion. And the communication to basically have that positioning and have the person run towards the gust location, dropping the Twilight Dream. Now, don't get me wrong, it was a lot of cooldowns invested into that kill, but boy, oh boy, must that have felt satisfying.
It felt good this side. I felt really entertained. That was super good. And also, I would like to point out, Junkrat died because he got caught in the tornado. So yet again, the Eldritch Pact that TheOne have made with bosses pays off again.
Yeah, I was going to say, Thatcher, another boss kill so handily delivered once again by TheOne. So well done overall. This perfect, simple geometry is now completed as well after 7 minutes and 10 seconds for Hanzo. TheOne, man, they're having the pedal to the metal right now. They're trying to get this game done with to make up for that break time, I feel.
All right, to any Korean teams who are watching right now, for starters, when you play against TheOne at the Eastern Clash, because it's pretty certain they're going at this point, they can't get knocked out of the top 4. So they can maybe get knocked out of top 1 by SPT if they're unlucky. But there's some advice for you. Ban Cursed, ban Sky, and then try and avoid any of the other maps with bosses.
Yes,
maybe
exactly. Try
and avoid that. Just take them to Battlefield. Just stick with stuff like that.
My body Tetra is already ready for Alterac Pass to see what they can do with the snow giant bosses there.
It's going to be a nightmare. Gust, see you later. Oh,
this is a good try. Good try.
Yeah, I like the rescue attempt. It was a good idea.
Yeah. Sometimes if you can... Did he just cast that blindly, by the way? Did they have vision on that?
What?
I'm not sure if A-Team had vision on Thrall trying to flank there, and Dehaka just blowing his isolation into a bush. That was insane.
I guess they must have had vision. There's no way they would have done that if that wasn't the case.
I don't know, man. Maybe they had the vision tower before. I would have loved to see a replay on that move, to be honest. Because if that was indeed a blind anticipation, that was insane. But yeah, you're right. They probably had vision somewhere because of minions, maybe, or the vision tower.
As we now see Kaito, once again, just trying to protect his own side of the map as the new objective spawns. With all of the forts down compared to, well, 0 forts down, the A-Team, they need to start controlling some of these, or their keeps
why is Muradin still holding his level 10?
Damage. I didn't even realize he was. Probably, I mean, Earthquake on Earthquake Thrall might be worth hunting him away. Dragon Arrow from downtown, and he just sort of he runs to the opponent's side of the map, finds an assassin, and just lets Hanzo ping him from the other side of the map. That is absurd, but cool to watch.
That is like the second time we only see the arrow coming in of Hanzo. We haven't really seen him in those team fights at all. He's always been busy, you know, taking mercenaries, pushing lanes. But the arrows by Muggle, they are connecting in true Lucky fashion. Once again, this guy is on fire.
So good. Finally, the A-Team with control of that top lane. They are able to take down some forts, 2 forts in fact, of the A-Team. So great value on this temple. But the one they were able to take down to keep, that is going to be significantly more permanent damage, as those catapults will be permanent pressure onto that double siege giant boss lane.
Yeah, right now, as you can see on the minimap, though, there's not really a whole lot to gain for the one, right? The entire map has been taken by them, with the exception of the right-hand bruiser camp. And A-Team, they're trying desperately to find an opening to make something happen here with that Riptide. Not really dealing a lot of damage onto A-Team, though, onto the one.
Did you see that Nature's Cleanse allowing Hugo to do this? The Earthquake's down, trying to chase Kaito. They've managed to back out of the Earthquake here, but they basically blew almost every enemy heroic.
Yeah.
And yeah, that Nature's Cure. They got a beautiful Stormbot onto Hugo to try and set him up for the Riptide, and Mouth just goes, the instant it hits, it was less than a second worth of CC as Hugo surviving. Once again, the engagement's being focused onto him. He's tanking through with that Frost Resilience. He's backed away from his team a bit here. Has to get back in range of Malfurion quickly, and he does.
Yeah, look at that. They're buying so much time from Meng in that top lane, right in that Falstad. 4 versus 5. The one is basically kiting the A-Team around, trying to, once again, allow Falstad to open up the top lane a little bit more. Now they're rotating towards the Siege Giant camp. They're basically just waiting for the objective to come off cooldown. And by the moment they see that gang on Falstad go down, they're already on the boss. They're already going to take it. Flight? Easy.
Easy. Easy, as you said. And all that's a great distraction for boss round 2. And for the second time, Falstad completely shuts down any possible attempt of getting a boss. Both times as a distraction. This time, no kill acquired, though.
And, you know, Falstad is never one of those heroes that you want to gank in the first place, unless you already have every man and woman in position. But as it is, Meng with a perfect reaction there, not really overextending, finding a safe location to retreat. Falstad is in trouble again, getting hunted by Genji and Dehaka. Okay.
Just not very far this time. Don't do that. He's going to let him go because the core's dying. Does Falstad have a fly because he can join him? I think they might, for good reason. He's been incredibly annoying. Here comes Riptide. Falstad's not here yet. Dragon Arrow gets a little bit of temporary CC. Core shield is down. Down goes Muradin. Down goes down goes the Karazim. Extra keeping Genji alive temporarily. Falstad's here. Hi! And Genji goes down. Tina goes down. It's a full team wipe. And in 12 minutes, 38 seconds, the one take game number 1.
Meng just showing off now all over the place, kiting the entire